In this video, we're going over the top quick feet exercises for hockey players. If you're a hockey player that's trying to get faster and more explosive on the ice, then working on your footwork is one of the best ways to really take your speed to the next level. Hey guys, welcome back to Relentless Hockey. My name's Kyle, and today we're going to go over some of the top quick feet exercises for hockey players. Hockey players have to focus on getting faster and more explosive on the ice, and for a lot of younger players, that means improving the kinesthetic awareness around their footwork. So today we're going to go over some of the top exercises that hockey players can use with almost no space at home or at a field to improve their footwork on the ice. All right, so before we jump in, two quick notes. First of all, you should always get in some sort of high quality warm-up before doing any sort of these quick feet exercises. We want to move explosively and dynamically, and we want to make sure that our body is warm and prepped to be able to do so. Point number two is that we want to make sure that even though these exercises are dynamic and tiring in nature, we don't want to do them fatigued. So we don't want to do any of these exercises for 30 or 40 seconds. We really want to do a max effort of 10 to 15 seconds and really focus on high quality movements. All right, so for a number of our exercises today, we're going to be using a mini hurdle, and this is an awesome tool to really have some sort of marker that you can get going fast over, but it's not required. You could use just like a line or throw some tape down and make sure that you're just getting over that. But for our case, we're going to use a hurdle because it's an awesome tool to really develop some quick feet. So our first exercise here, we're just going to throw down, and as we get set up, we want to make sure that we're in our athletic position. So I'm nice and low on my hips and nice and light on my toes. And for our first drill, we're just going to have a two-step over. So I'm stepping over the hurdle and then I'm coming back over to the next one. So for this exercise, we really want to make sure that we're getting as light touches as possible, and we have like a 1-2 step every single time. You're going to want to perform this for only around 10 to 15 seconds and really focus on getting as many steps in as you can. All right, so our next exercise is a progression off of that. So we're still gonna have that light two-touch nature, but this time I'm gonna have a cross two-touch and then a cross two-touch. Again, I wanna make sure that as I start to get faster that I'm not standing up. I wanna make sure that my hips are nice and low and I'm light on my toes throughout the entire movement. Again, you're gonna wanna perform this for only around 10 to 15 seconds and focus on max effort and max speed and trying to get in as much little touches as you can. All right, so for our next exercise, we're actually going to set up 4 different hurdles, and they're going to be about a foot apart, just enough space for us to be able to get our feet in without having to overextend. So for our first exercise here, we're going to be nice and low on our hips still nice and light on our toes, and we're just going to have a step over. So I'm going to be focusing on keeping low, even though I'm stepping over hurdles and have the natural inclination to stand up tall. We want to make sure that we're nice and low through all of these, and then as I reach the end, I have an explosive push back. We want to focus on going as fast as we possibly can here, while maintaining good positions and staying nice and low and light on our feet. For our next exercise, we're still going to use our 4 hurdles, and instead of just having a high step, we're going to have an actual cross and then a double step here. So I need to be nice and low and athletic, and I need to be focusing on staying light. If we get very heavy feet here, we're going to knock over all the hurdles, and we're trying to get out of that heavy feet mentality by focusing on those light, quick feet. You're going to want to perform this between 10 and 15 seconds and really go as fast as you possibly can. All right, so now we're gonna set up only 2 hurdles, and they're gonna be less than 5 yards apart. So the closer the better here. I've set mine up about 3 yards because that's a perfect place to start, and then start to get smaller and quicker as we go. So for our first exercise, we have a figure 8. And in this case, I'm gonna be going in a figure 8 pattern where I'm sprinting across here, having my hips come around, and then I'm coming backwards until I get to my next one. So I'm focusing on staying nice and low and light here. And as I'm going, trying to get as much little steps in as I can to be light and quick on our feet. All right, so for our next exercise, we're gonna again use cones or hurdles that are about 3 yards apart, but this one is called our Snowman drill because we're gonna be focusing on making 2 small circles as quick and as light as possible. So as I'm getting set up on one side of my hurdle or cones, I'm gonna focus on getting as fast feet around before I go to my next one, and then I have that exact same movement. Here we have a natural inclination to stand up, and again, we wanna focus on staying low on our hips and light on our toes. And we're only gonna perform this around 2 to 3 times per side. All right, so our next drill is a lateral quick feet drill. So unlike our previous exercises where we're focusing on just going as fast as we can forwards, now we're gonna be focusing on side to side. So again, I need to stay nice and low because all of my pushes start to make me stand up, and I need to kind of exaggerate, just like we would on ice, that low hip position. So in this case, I'm gonna set up my hurdles 3 yards apart, and I'm gonna be explosive forwards. I'm coming backwards around 1, coming back up forwards, and then I'm coming backwards again. So I'm literally making a figure 8 in the turf or on the ground and focusing on staying light and mobile through this entire exercise sequence. right, so those are some of our favorite quick feet exercises for players, and especially for younger players that need to be focusing on that kinesthetic awareness and improving their overall athleticism. These exercises go a long way in translating to on-ice performance. So if you're interested in trying to get your footwork to the next level, or even just taking your game to the next level, you should head over to relentlesshockey.com, where we have tons of training articles, not just on quick feet, but how to get more explosive and faster on the ice, or subscribe to our channel where we're consistently trying to put out the best hockey training content. Stay relentless.